Can someone please explain to me why Xbox can't have any type of exclusivity on anything? Why me, you guys? Why am I asking this? All right, first off, I'm not going to rant off. I just made like a 5-minute video. Realized I didn't click record. So let's go straight into the video and then we'll go into this. Now, what I'm going to be showing you is a interview between Todd Howard and Phil Spencer and CNBC. I don't know the interview. The person, Steven something, is interviewing them, and he's talking about the success of Starfield. Let's jump into this.
CEO, and Todd Howard, director of Microsoft's Bethesda studio. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
I won't be talking.
Phil, I'm going to start with you now. Going into this launch today, stakes are huge. We're nearly 3 years rather into the Xbox cycle. Still haven't really seen a big critical and financial success on the Xbox side of things. What are the stakes here for Starfield? Is this the kind of game that you could think start driving more console sales and more Game Pass subscriptions, Phil?
First off, let's pause there. We'll come back. You know, and a lot of people tell me Addict, let the whole thing play, then discuss. But there's a lot to go off of individual statements. So we're going to stop there for right now. This man came out and asked Phil, yo, finances on Xbox ain't looking too good. I don't know if this dude, maybe he has some kind of financial background or analytic background. I don't know. Last time I checked, Microsoft don't reveal sales of any way, shape, or form, even subscription sales. Now, you can argue that that's a negative way. You can argue that even PlayStation doesn't share those. So what does that really intake? You know, I don't know. I think the further we get down the line and the further we kick, you know, this thing called time down the line, these companies realize that there's no one benefiting from revealing their sales on anything. So I think the more and more companies are coming together and not wanting to show anything in terms of sales. And it's just kind of crazy that this man is going to ask them if Starfield is going to be the deciding factor in whether or not Xbox is going to be around in the future. And I get it. That's a valid question, but there's better ways to go about that. He literally just said, you know, I know Xbox ain't been doing that hot, but Phil, if Starfield flops, does that mean Xbox goes under? Just a crazy question to ask. My personal opinion. You know, let's continue.
Well, we're definitely seeing huge demand for the game. You know, the game has just been in preview. We've had more players for any next-gen exclusive than we've had this generation all up. Today is when tens of millions of Game Pass players are going to get to play. It's the most wish-listed game we've ever had between Bethesda and Xbox on Steam. Just a lot of momentum, and big game releases are a lot of fun, and it's great to be part of it.
Todd, I'll turn to you. You've been working on this game, you know, for the better part of a decade now. It's out now. How do you feel? What's the reception been like?
I'm in people's hands, but it's really when everybody plays the game that it really comes alive.
This doesn't really
Xbox. And Phil, that kind of leads into my next question for you. This game, Starfield, is an exclusive to Xbox and PC. Going into this, there were some people who were a little upset that they weren't going to be able to play on other platforms, but this seems to be kind of your strategy. Acquire a studio, maybe keep the legacy franchises alive. We know you plan to do that with Call of Duty if and when the Activision deal closes through. But should we expect to see Starfield on other platforms ever, or is this what we should expect moving forward? New games from acquired studios exclusive to Xbox?
Well, you use the term exclusive, but if we look at it today, people on Xbox Series S, our affordable console, Series X, the most powerful console on PC and via cloud. And cloud enables any web-enabled device to be able to play Starfield. We think this game is going to be available to literally hundreds of millions of people on the devices that they already own, and looking to make this game as accessible as it can be to players.
All right, so I'm going to pause right there. One would think, just one would think that would be enough. That statement was like, feels like, look, I understand people are upset. I understand the PlayStation fan base is upset that they have to buy an Xbox or go to PC to play Starfield. We do got a cost-friendly console known as the Xbox Series S. Starfield does run pretty good on it. Go out there and pick that up, or you can play it on PC or your phone. There's a variety of different places that you can play Starfield on. It doesn't have to be PlayStation, and I guess you would bring the Nintendo Switch into the factor. It doesn't have to be on competing platforms on the console ecosystem. There's other places that you can play it, but for the most part, no one expects Starfield on the Switch. It just feels like everyone's like, yo, why is it on a PlayStation? Why? That doesn't make no sense. It's like taking away candy from a baby, and they're just trying to justify why you're taking it from them. I don't know. Let's continue. One would think that's enough. Put in the comment section below if you feel like that wasn't enough for good old Steven. I think that's his name. I don't know. We're moving on.
Okay, so maybe still exclusive though.
The game is available on so many different places where people can go play. Definitely on the console, you're going to play it on my Xbox Series S or Series X, and we're seeing great demand for the console and for the game on the console.
And there you have it, guys. You know, CNBC was doing some console war and stuff. Now, I get it. We're not going to sit here and act like they're immune to being that. Maybe they were just trying to get some clicks in on their website talking about whether or not this is going to happen. I love how they put it on the CNBC television news. Here, this is what I would say. Xbox did everything that they were supposed to, and they're doing what they're supposed to. You know, they went out and bought studios because we said they needed more studios. They need more accessibility to be buying games. We said that. They went out there and did that. They went out and bought they made the Initiative. They bought Undead Labs. They bought Playground Games, which is making Fable. They bought Ninja Theory, which is making Hellblade 2. And then they were like, okay, this isn't enough. We're going to go out and buy something else. Bethesda was looking to sell. And if I remember correctly, it was rumored that PlayStation was trying to buy Bethesda their damn selves. Obviously, they never came to that agreement, and it could be that rumor could not be true, but we do know that PlayStation was going out buying timed exclusivity on all Bethesda games. So I guess you could argue that maybe that rumor isn't true because they were like, we don't have to buy the whole damn cow. We could just buy the individual games because let's be real. If you buy a studio's game, that's 3 years of their work gone that you most likely will either get a year to 2. Looks like PlayStation's really been fighting for 2 years here recently. Okay, that's besides the fight. When PlayStation does something, I feel like no one comes out and expects that game to be on their platform. When Marvel and Disney, Star Wars and Marvel was bought by Disney, I didn't see people asking Disney, when they made the subscription service, they literally ripped the Marvel games off of the Marvel shows off of Netflix, and there was no, oh, that's not right. You need to. People saw that as a business move, and that's what frustrates me the most. When PlayStation does something, when they go out and buy something, I feel like people are more understanding if PlayStation makes a move. They really go be around acting like PlayStation's like this mom and pop store that's somewhere in Japan or wherever their headquarters are now. I think their headquarters is in the States. I don't know, but it's just like they act like they a mom and pop store and they fighting for the underdog. PlayStation's number one. Why do people act like this is a small company? It will never cease to amaze me the gymnastic hoops that not only PlayStation fanboys, not only gaming journalists, but also big publications like the CNBC will go through to, make PlayStation look good. And I understand this individual probably wasn't trying to make PlayStation look good, but he was trying to give them a good look. Oh, Starfield, is that ever coming to PlayStation? Oh, it might. Okay. He tried to leave it off on that note, and Phil Spencer popped in. He's like, look, this game's on multiple platforms. It's not on your platform. So you can either not play it or go and buy a platform or buy it on Steam and play it on PC. It runs good on the Ally. You can play it on there. You can play it on Xbox. Either the cost-friendly one, the Series S, or if you want all the bells and whistles, the Series X. If you don't want that, you got the PC market. You can go play it on there. If you don't want that, we got streaming services for you. When PlayStation buys something, they're like, you got to buy PlayStation and you're not playing it. And it feels like no one bats an eye to that mentality when PlayStation does it. But I will say, it's awfully convenient that every time PlayStation does something, no one really ever says anything. But when you put in the comment section below what you guys feel about this. I know this is a relatively long video. Curious to hear you guys' opinion in the comment section below. But until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out here. Peace.